Hi everyone, welcome back to Faith and Flour and Happy New Year. I hope that you had a wonderful Christmas and that 2022 is off to a great start. We have been so busy over the holidays getting some of these home projects done, so I'm going to be sharing that with you here today. Also a little bit of holiday baking that we did, cleaning, and a new puppy I'll explain later. But first of all, we are here in the kitchen and trying to get rid of the backsplash before we install the new kitchen. And so we had started chipping away at it. Austin wanted to say hello and found that was just too time consuming and too messy. The drywall underneath was just not in great shape. So Patrick had the idea to basically just cut it out of the wall and replace it with new drywall. So that's what we did. We also wanted to take down the trim on this window because we are going to have a tile backsplash that goes up to the ceiling on both sides. And when we put the trim up, it's going to be a slightly different style. Patrick has a great idea and I can't wait to show it to you when we're ready. Eventually, we're going to change out the trim on all of the windows and doors throughout the house so that they all match. And it'll be a similar style to the one that we have in our current home. After we removed the last of the tile, Patrick replaced all of the drywall, and so it's prepped and ready to go. But first, all of the floors are going to come out, as I've explained before. So we have carpets in both of what we call the boys' rooms. Peyton's room and Kyle and Lauren's room, or the guest room, have carpet, and so does the master bedroom. So that's all going to come up. And then there is tile basically throughout the rest of the house. And so that's going to be the really messy part. The bonus room, or what used to be the garage, has a wood flooring on it. It's made of bamboo and it just does not go with the wood floors that we picked out for the rest of the house, so this is going to be removed as well. When they remove the tile, a lot of the mess comes from the grinding they have to do to remove the thin set underneath the tile. So to prevent all of that from getting into our air system, we covered up all of the vents and the exchanges, and I even covered this ceiling fan in the hopes that it wouldn't get too dusty. So there is a new puppy in our family, but she belongs to Lauren and Kyle. They all three came to visit us for Christmas, and Austin couldn't be happier. Her name is Lilo, and to the best of our knowledge, she's a mix between a greyhound and a plot hound, and she's adorable, full of energy, and Austin and she have the best time roughhousing together. I know that he's going to be so sad when they have to go back to North Carolina. While they were here, they helped us quite a lot with all of the renovations, and I'll show you a little bit of that later. But we also took time off to do some of the traditional Christmas things like baking. A co-worker of Kyle's shared a recipe for some gingerbread, gluten-free cookies that were amazing. So he brought the recipe and I made those. They were a huge hit at our house too. So I'm gonna have a link for this recipe down in the description box. I think anybody, whether you're gluten-free or not, will love these. And the only change to the recipe below is that I use the King Arthur gluten-free flour blend instead of the one that they suggested in the recipe. And I know that one works really well, so that's the one that I would recommend. I also mixed up a fruitcake, and that's a very traditional Christmas dessert, but a lot of people really do not like fruitcake. I think it's very polarizing, and even in our own family, only Kyle and I enjoy it, but it's something that I look forward to at this time of year, so I made one of those as well. Christmas this year, we had turkey and all the trimmings, and for dessert, I arranged the baked goods that we made along with a few other things on a tray. It's a great way to make sure that there's a little something for everyone, and everybody really enjoyed this. Right before Christmas, the floors were removed, and just as I thought, there was a lot of dust. The next step that we wanted to do was to paint the two bedrooms, Peyton's and the guest bedroom, or Kyle and Lauren's room. And so I needed to remove the dust from the walls and the crown molding, trim, and all of that. My e-cloth floor and wall duster came in very handy for that, and Patrick set up the shop vac for me so that I could get the rest of the dust and debris off the floor. Next, I wiped down all of the crown molding and trim with a damp e-cloth just to make sure that all of the tape will stick really well, and then I got started on taping. All of this prep work is definitely not the most fun part of painting, but it makes the job so much easier and the result so much better. After the taping's finished, I like to go in with a brush and cut in. And what I mean by that is I go and paint all of the corners and around the trim, any area that's hard to access with a roller. Here you can see why I like having the tape. It allows me to be very fast and not worry about getting any paint on the trim. I definitely recommend using the frog tape. It really makes a big difference. So when you remove it from the wall, it doesn't stick too much to the paint, but it sticks just enough to make sure that there's no bleeding underneath, and that's really important to get those crisp, clean lines. We bought ours at Home Depot, but I will see if Amazon has a link, and if so, I'll put that down in the description box. I also like to buy our paint at Home Depot. I really like the bare flat paint that they have, and here is what it looks like. Because we got a custom color, you can find the formula on this. Take a screenshot and take it to your Home Depot and they'll be able to mix it up as well. I matched the color from Peyton's bedroom in our current home, and I would describe it as a very light blue-gray color. He really likes this color, and I do too. It's bright and cheerful, and I think it'll make him feel a little bit more at home, and it will be less of a change for him if we keep some things like that the same. And a lot of you have asked that I share the paint colors, so like I said, go back and take a screenshot to get that formula. Inside the closet, I decided to just go freehand and not tape because I'm probably going to paint the shelves white again later. And I found with this brush that it really wasn't a problem. This is just a simple edging brush that I found at Home Depot, and it's not too hard to keep a straight line, but it does take a little extra time. While I was busy painting, Kyle and Lauren were getting all of the taping done in the living room area, which was a huge help because there's a lot of trim and doorways and windows here, and they did a great job. They were super precise, and it's going to make it so much easier when Patrick and I are ready to paint in here. While the three of us were doing all of the painting related activities, Patrick was cleaning the rest of the dust in the house. And so he had the shop vac and he was wiping everything down with a rag. It's true that many hands make light work, and we really appreciated Lauren and Kyle helping us on their Christmas vacation. for my very favorite part. I always get so much satisfaction from taking the tape off the trim. It just sort of is the big reveal after you've put in all the hard work of painting. I love the way this turned out. I love the color. I knew that I would because I really enjoy it in Peyton's room now, but it looks really good with the white trim and the white doors, and I can't wait to see what it looks like once the wood floors are installed. That's supposed to happen this week, so hopefully I'll be able to show that to you in Sunday's video. So I will be back next Sunday with a new video. I'll have the home project updates and lots more homemaking inspiration for you, so I look forward to seeing you then. But don't leave without giving me a thumbs up if you enjoyed today's video and subscribing if you haven't already done so. We'd love to have you join our Faith and Flower community. We have a lot of fun here, and I have a lot of fun things in store for 2022. I'd love to hear about your Christmas and New Year and what plans you have for this winter. So leave a comment below, and I'll see you in the next video. Until then, have a wonderful week.